Trap News Network, back the same. Like, cracking the same, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content we got going on here at 10. Trap News Network. Good news you can use. Good knowledge, though. You ain't finna get nobody's college, though. Big dog, tap in with the tap in to make sure you're in fact tapped in with that good tap in. You feel me? Like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, hit that good subscribe button, man. Notification bell, hit all, say tapped in for the latest and the greatest. Good news you can use. Good knowledge, you ain't finna get nobody's college, big dog. Tap in with that tap in to make sure you're in fact tapped in with that good tap in. You feel me? Like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, hit that good subscribe button. Hit that notification bell, hit all. Make sure you hit that like, comment, subscribe button. Make sure you jump into this good content, man. RichTrapHouse.com. Get into the merch store. Man at the Garden Freestyle. Please don't touch my God body on Fairy Tales, Boogeyman, and Won't Forget are all out now, so make sure you get into that new music and good merchandise, man. Tap in with everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. We finna slide back to the Adam and Rat show. Let's get back into it and see what Officer Rat and Adam 22 are talking about. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Really over there, but he'd be way over there with somebody else.
He's got a lot of relationships, but he's not really like a hanger-on in a way. Like, and you know what I didn't really like think about until I was listening to the phone call that he actually uploaded to his page, which was that after the Nipsey thing, his name was kind of in the dirt in LA. Like, a lot of people did not want to be associated with him because hanging out with him was almost like co-signing the death of Nipsey because people thought of him as being so close to Eric.
You can't say that because...
But that's how he felt, is that like people didn't really want to be around him like that.
Well, no, what it was he wouldn't denounce Eric.
Exactly.
Which he wasn't supposed to.
Right. That'd be some hoe-ass shit.
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to because in a lot of people's eyes, Eric wasn't wrong. They didn't like what he did.
Right.
Because who it was, who he did it to.
Right.
No, that nigga was wrong. Eric Holder was as wrong as two left feet on a hooker in church, walking in a circle, praying for blessing before she go bust a trick. See, Rockstar, this is why you got pressed for being around this ninja right here. This grown-ass man wearing off-white boots with jeans out of rip like he's 12. I think it's got Betty Boop on that ish. Like, Rockstar, you got a bling-bling cash money chain that don't bling-bling. Like, that shit was crazy. This is why you got pressed, Rockstar, for being around this type of thinking person.
And for the reason they say he did it, he wasn't wrong. And this is why Cowboy puts up a fight. Because Cowboy understands the reason that they put out there justifies what he did. I've been listening to Cowboy's old stuff, and his whole thing is Nip didn't say that to him. And if you eliminate that, right, now it's the question of why did he do it? And if you listen to Black Sam, right, Black Sam says he turned the corner in the red shirt as if somebody sent him to make it seem like it was some Bloods doing it, right? But then that's a little off because I don't think he was ski masked up. So he can have on whatever color shirt he want to have on, right? He's on the gang files, you know, they gonna know who he is. So that's why Cowboy, a lot of people don't hear him. I be hearing him. He like, yo, Nip didn't say that. But what debunks Cowboy, and where I read it at, is when TMZ, long time ago, I don't know if you caught it, put out the statements of the two people that got shot in the parking lot when they told the story of what the conversation was.
Where two other people got hit when Nipsey got shot.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Was it just accidental or?
Hell no.
Why did he shoot other people?
He popped them because they was there with him.
Oh, shit.
So he came in, he popped, he hit Nip, neutralized him, came back, shot them too. I believe it was a Cousin Carrie and a female or something.
Wow.
Or whatever. And he shot them too. Cousin Carrie was over there just getting some clothes and shit. And that's where it originally come from. I think it's TMZ article where they put up their statements to what the conversation was that led up to the shooting.
Right.
Because nobody else could tell the story. Nip's not here to tell the story. Eric never said it. He never gave any statements. So the only two people that's there is the other two people that got shot and survived. So, you know, and Brick, you know, the politics, I think he stood his ground on that. That's my homeboy. It's unfortunate what happened. A lot of people have been bothering him or whatever about whatever, and he snapped. And, you know, I didn't have some homies do some things that I necessarily don't agree with. You know, I got a homeboy like that, Chicken Mike. You can pull him up.
Because a lot of people think that Brick was like regular friends with Eric and that it wouldn't be that big deal for him to denounce him. But in Brick's
They're the
words,
same name.
but this is a person who literally like saved his life when he got shot.
I mean, they up under the same name. I believe they might have lived together.
This is a very interesting situation, and it's ultimately something that Wack probably just shouldn't even be discussing, and you could just kind of let that go, bro. There's no reason for you to even be involved in this. Like, everything don't got to be discussed, and this is Rockstar. This is why you get your feet whooped, because you hang around this loser. This nigga Wack's an idiot, boy. You talking about he can go to Marathon Burger. Nigga, no, you can't. Nigga, no, you can't.
Got a homeboy name like that named Chicken Mike, Michael Parks. He killed one of my little homegirls. You know what I mean? And
But you couldn't speak out against him. You couldn't virtue signal off his name.
it hit home because I told her in front of him to stop dealing with him.
Uh-huh.
Her mouth. Look, these two represent the two extremities of my neighborhood. She probably was the female with the most disrespectful mouth ever.
Okay.
Every woman in my neighborhood, she had it. And Chicken Mike is probably one of our most craziest, insane homies from my neighborhood.
Well, with a name like Chicken Mike, I would imagine that he doesn't really have too much he's not willing to do. His name's Chicken Mike, for guys crying out loud.
Right.
Hands down.
Okay.
Right? So you got a female whose mother grew up with him.
Uh-huh.
He grew up with her mama, who talks crazy, like crazy. And then you got a dude who's burnt.
Yeah.
Shit don't mix. So a situation that happened, and she called me. He was on the phone. And I told her, leave Chicken where he's at. Let him fight it how he got to fight it. You need to move on with your life. Your mouth and his attitude and temper don't mix.
What the hell does any of this have to do with anything? Like, bro, you're like all off topic.
Think he go at her throat, shot her in the shot. What I told him was, I can't help you with your attorney, but as a homie, you can call my phone. If you need some money on your books or whatever, I could do that.
Right.
So I was in the same thing. I'm not gonna say fuck him. I don't like what he did, but you know, he my G homie, so I just kind of like, I get what Brick was going through.
Right. But so what is the change that you've had in terms of your view of his snitching? Because that was the idea I got, is that you were backpedaling a little bit on some of your previous claims. No.
He went 21 months out here with some cases. See, when people say you working, right? And we revisit this, right? The Dale dude, right?
Dale.
Monster, right? The whole time, he was hanging with Big U and doing whatever they was doing. He was working.
Okay, yeah.
But Dale got a case from 2020 where he got caught shipping a lot of drugs, and he been up under the gun for that. So the feds was even giving him money, if you read the paperwork.
Was giving him money to get extorted with.
To pay the extortion bill. Dale was working to entrap these dudes.
Right.
So, you know, you never know how that went. You know, a dude could be out making calls, knowing his phone hot, here, there, doing this, leading them to something, spinning off, and then investigations trigger, you never know. Usually when you catch a case like that, you tell your homies, hey, bro, I got a case, I'm hot. And then that's it. But when you, like, tuck that away and don't tell nobody, anybody from the streets, when they figure out, damn, you caught that win, and you ain't told nobody, but everybody's gonna think you was doing something. You will never be able to prove it unless somebody catches a conviction and goes to the box and is there, but it's always gonna be that thing in the back of your mind. But as far as the RICO, we know why he's not in the RICO. Everybody was like, why is Luce named in a RICO and not Brick? You would have thought Brick was closer to Big U than Luce.
So if Brick's entire charge was just guns and drugs, then he wouldn't have been on that RICO poster board, but because there was this alleged robbery that Big U taxed him for, that's why he was included on it?
He's really a victim. He really got extorted in the paperwork.
So
You're the victim too, bro.
Yeah, this is my question. Is like, obviously Brick is going to have to be quiet about a bunch of shit when he comes back to the pop.
All right, man, we're about to the next one. Y'all know the deal. Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. And it's free Avenue Angels, so it's free. We got